Okay, now it's recording. All right, so wasn't recording, so now I'm recording. So hopefully this will work better this time. So I'll talk about those drops in a second. But let's get rolling on the 24th edition of the IWAR Gold Strategy Workshop. It is a nice balmy evening in the Boston area. Warm here, so sweatshirt weather. It's fall in New England. So we're gonna get rolling, and now that's up and running, I will get to our bigger thing here. Where is the rest of everything? Oh, damn you, Zoom. Oh, here we go. Meetings, no, I'm already there. In progress, I know. Oh, Zoom is awful. Now I can't find my share screen thing. Where's the more? All right, hold on. There we go. All right, hold on a second, guys. Let me share my screen. Here we are. Okay, now we can talk business. So again, the IWAR 24th version of the Gold Strategy Workshop. And what we have here, looking first, is at the hold values, so what they went to. As I mentioned a little bit earlier before I started recording properly, is that if you play in steel, one of your best bets is to play whatever dropped in gold the previous cycle. We'll talk about that more in a second, but go through here. Our drops this time were 26, 27, and I'm going to move this down and show you what our working holds are. And these are our back five. You'll see I've done some of the work already to set it up, to save time. So up here, just kind of everyone who's new to this or watching this for the first time, what I've done here is put a grid together of the hold combos. Now, if you haven't watched the How to Win and the IWAR workshop yet, it's a video on YouTube we have. It's on the IWAR homepage. It's towards the bottom. It's a little 20-minute video maybe, but it really walks you through a lot of the basics. If you watch that first and then watch this, you'll be better off than vice versa. But to kind of give you the idea here is that in the IWA, you want to chase the hold values, not the holds, okay? So what we have here, and I'm gonna kind of click and go, is first section is how long these drop combos. Let me give you real basic, let me back it up a lot. In the game, you pick 10 holds in the front 60 holds, right? And of those 60 holds, 2 of them will go to 25 points. Now, for the sake of argument, what I do is I weed out and get to the top 12 holds to use in gold in the first 60. I ignore the rest. Once a year, the IWA pulls a lever, shakes things up, and 2 of the holds worth under 25 points will jump up, and 2 of the holds worth 25 points or more will drop down. And that is always a crazy cycle. This year, they skipped it. I'm thinking the pandemic has something to do with that. They just want to make it easier on people because it's always like a crazy cycle because it hits iron first, then steel, and everyone's like, it's coming. And everyone else in the rest of the federations know it and they plan for it. So that's not happening. So what I've done here is narrowed it down to the combos. So the combos are the hold values. So 30-point holds, you want to get those, the top points for the first 10, right? So you want to go 29, 28, 27, 26s, and not 25s, or anything below 25. If you're one of those players who thinks, I'm going to use foreign object, it's going to hit any day now, or some ridiculous hold under that, like you're like, oh, I like this hold, don't do it. It's not the type of game, don't do it. Save yourself the frustration. So what we have here is the breakdown for this coming cycle, November, and you'll see the first area here, like 6 ago, 3 ago, 5 ago. That's how long it's been since the combo next to it, 29, 28, 29, 27, etc., had been since it dropped down to 25 points, okay, as a combo. And here we have the value holds. So last cycle, 25 and 12 were the value holds worth 29 points. 1 and 46 were the holds worth 28 points, and so forth, right? So what I've done is I've already prepared everything so you can see the pairings. Now, I put in yellow any hold combos you can forget about or you shouldn't bother with because they're not going to drop. So for me, you're not going to see last cycle, which was 27, 26. You're not going to see what dropped in iron, which was 26s. Excuse me. And you're not going to see, in my opinion, excuse me, my hiccups, I drank quickly tonight. Woo. Apple cider, nothing fun. Sorry, fellas. So you can see what these combo pairings are. And what we do is like 25, right? 25 is not going to drop. That's like the go-to hold of the bottom 60. So you always want to rule that out. So you'll notice here, I've ruled out this whole chunk in yellow with 25 being involved in the mix. Now, we're going to talk about some of the theories we have when we pick our holds before we start picking the holds to kind of give you some ideas, because it's the theories that we come up with that help drive what we pick. As I always say, use the World War Z analogy of the story about the guy in Israel, where he's saying how if 9 men agree to one thing being the truth, the 10th man has to try to see if he can debunk it or falsify it or whatever. Disagree with them. So in this, the same idea. Fall in love with a combo, set it up, pick it, make it yours, and then go, you know what? I'm going to go a different direction. So in this case, what we have here is we have all the pairings. And up here, what I did is I put the pairing combos that are viable, viable, and viable right down here. So we're going to use those as our kind of like spread out the wealth. I have 3 strategies that I build for my active wrestlers. So this is one of those things where you're like, oh, he uses a strap and never uses it. Like he picks a strap, doesn't use it. No, I'll use it. So over here, we have the hold value. So this is the value, the hold associated with it. And then this here shows where it came from. So meaning 30-point value came from 29 twice in the last 2 cycles. It came from 26, 28, get out of there, 28. The 29, you see the last 3 cycles, 29s come from 30 or 25. So ask yourself, do I want to play the odds that they're going to do it again, or they're going to break tradition? And that's one of the areas in the game that you can follow trends and play them, ride them while they're hot. I'm actually going to do both. I'm going to show you why you want to go against the thing sometimes, because it's oftentimes when you roll the dice that you hit big. You got to gamble, right? And other times in the game, you play it safe and you might, do okay. It's a hard game to hit 501s for players that don't have huge rosters and lots of options. So you've got to be judicious with your picks and try to go for, the best overall score. If you get a 495, if your strategy score is 495 or higher, you're going to get a star. And there's a good chance you're going to get a regional title out of it or some title out of it. One of the players asked specifically about tag team advice. So the last portion of this show, I will talk about what I call the tag team teaser, like a quick overview of how to put a tag team strategy together and the basics, and you kind of, you can get the building blocks. For myself, it was players like Joshua Haight, Brandon Bailey, Jim Gabbard, Jimmy Davis that really helped me grab a hold of the real part of playing this game, like the numbers and how to look at it and see the patterns. I'm not great at it, but I like to share what I know to kind of give you guys a better heads up. I love when I see NWL players, rookies do well. I like seeing former rookies do well. I like seeing anybody in IWAR do well. It's a good thing for us. Anyways, you'll also notice over here I put the averages. The averages aren't so much there to say like, oh, I'm definitely going to go with this hold. Look how high it averages. It's more of a case of I just use it for a quick what holds got a better run than the other. So again, that's that. Over here, I'm going to move this over. This little chart, what I do is I keep track of the combo pairings. So what this is in October, 27-26 was 45-53. So you have down here, right? In the fall, it was 28-27. What I like to do is use this to help me whittle down the pairings. So if I go over here, and you see where I have 2 ago, you see 2 cycles ago, 1 and 12 hit as a combo. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to shade that in and say, you know what? I'm going to rule that out. Watch it hit. I can say with anything, really. But that was 2 ago, and I don't think they're going to do it. Now, down here where I have 10 ago, that was 10 cycles ago, 1 and 33 hit. You see over here, here they are, 27s. Could they? Sure. But I'm just going to play it safe. I'm going to say for now, I'm going to keep that in play. 10 cycles ago isn't that uncommon. You'll see on the chart here, if you look over here, you'll see every so often there's combos that repeat as a group, 12, 22, for example. It happens. So I want to get into the particulars of this. So I'm going to jump around real quick, show you that over here, we have 3 strategies I'm going to use for my wrestlers in the IWAR leagues. I have LePage Turner in the BRL. Monster Truck Tanaka in the CWL, and I've added Barry Stevens in the BBL because he's a champion, and I want to show how I'm really taking this serious in this process. I have such an itch in my nose. It's the allergies, I think. By the way, I'm having an MRI next week, and my doctor just gave me all these new pills. I don't think I'm reacting well to them. So that's great. So I want to show here in this section, I'm pointing to it like you can see me. Sorry, still getting used to this. This area I just graded in. These are the 3 different strategies. I'll fill these in a moment rather quickly because I'm going to try to just get them through quick. I'll show you why I did what I did. So the X's are holds I already picked. So like 22, 31, we're going to use those. The 25-point holds, 45, 53, they're in there. 25, we're going to use, that's in there. I'm going to assume it's going to go to 30. And you say, why? Well, I look here. The 25, this here, 25 has been historically the strongest hold ever in gold, always. And it was not at 30 for a while, but it's usually 29, 28, 29, 28, 30, 29, 28, 30, 30, you know, right? So I'm going to say now that it hit 30 recently, it's going to go back up and show its strength again, and flex again. That's my pick for that. I'm going to say conversely that one of the 27s might go up. So it'll either be 59 or it's going to be 8. Go into that later. For now, I just want to kind of show the quick, give you some ideas. Shrink that down. So let's go downtown here. This is going to be the tag team thing. I'll show you that relatively soon. I know I'm kind of going through a lot here, so I'm trying to get everything in and out because I only have about 30 minutes to do this. That was the entire cycle. That's still there. So, all right. So now down here, what I do is I like to track what holds go to. So what I mean by that is what do the values go to? So here's the hold value, 25, right? So there's the pairings, and I do this for every cycle going back 15 cycles. And I just copy, paste, and lay over and add a cycle. And it just gives you an idea. So we have here the value, the average value of the hold. Averagely goes at 42 points or 43 points, okay? You see that one of the 28s goes up. Oh, that's the wrong scores. Whatever. That's the other side there. I mean, over here. Sorry, I'm not tired. I'm very tired, actually. So you can see over here, there's a lot of extra numbers in there, but just look at the first 3, the 2 and the decimal point. You want to use this here, and this is just a thing I do to track what the movement is, okay? So you'll notice 29-28, you know, and 25-30, you look here, you see the history of 26s. It has never, in the last 15 cycles, hit 25 and 30 when it comes to what the hold went to. So it dropped down to 25, went up to 30. It's a big gap. That's a big swing. So if you picked the wrong 26 last time, you know, shit city. And over here, with the 40-plus area, we have as another example of where the hold went. So you notice that for the first time since holiday cycle of last year that 42s both went down to 41. And that the holds of 41 value, they went to 43, 44. They both went up. Now, 41s always go up. I always say 41s are the best, safest play in the back 5 besides the 45s. This time, we've got 90 at 43. So we're going to talk about that. So let me jump over here and scroll down. And before I get into the IWAR theories, I'm going to check with everybody else, make sure we're not missing anybody, because I know some people, unique controls. No, there's 3 of us. That's okay. If you have any questions, you can throw me a question on my phone. Well, just message me through Messenger. If I miss anything. So let me just keep at it because we're chugging along here. Okay, so these are IWAR theories that some of which I've run by players of greater grasp on the knowledge than I am. And here's the first one. If the same value dropped in iron and steel, you won't see the same value in gold. So meaning by that is this past cycle, 27, 26 dropped in steel, 26 is dropped in iron. So those are 2 drops consisting of 26. So that means that the drop in gold won't be 26. The good news is that this worked the first time I tried it. When someone told me about this theory, I tried it and it actually worked because it was 27, 20, like 27, 28. And then I tried it and 27s weren't in the drop. So that was kind of good. The next time I tried it, it didn't work. So this is a 50-50. So this is going to be a tiebreaker for this because this happened again this cycle where we have 26s. So one of my crew, I'm going to give a hole that's not in that ballpark with no 26s. Second one, if you're playing steel, use the gold drop from previous cycle as your combo. Get this over there. If you're playing steel. All right, so this here, we just talked about a little bit earlier. The idea is that if you're playing in steel, you're picking drops. Pick the drop in the previous cycle from gold. And somebody told me earlier, that's worked 3 out of 4 of the last cycles. Now cut to that kid like. So anyways, that's just one thing to try. That's if you're in steel. You need the gold workshop, not steel. If 90 is at 43, there's a higher chance of both 44s going to 45 and 90 going to 44. This is one that a veteran player who I trust a lot with a lot of numbers, it was Mike Cook actually. Not set in stone, but one of those things that if you're going to try something different with one of your league title shots and you want to try to, swing for the fences, then I would do, a combo where you're doing, okay, both 43s. All right, let's roll the dice. What's the worst that could happen? So I'm going to try that with one of my wrestlers. I'll probably do it with Alec Punchstop. That's just me. We'll see. Maybe I'll give it to one of my guys with the title shot. That a 25-point value will repeat every other cycle. So I have like 25-27-25. Now, if I look up here, I'm going to give you a little what I mean by this. So if I look at like 22, for example, you'll see we're on 25, 27, 25 in the middle here. You'll see where, we had 46 was 25, 27, 25, 25, 26, 25. So one thing I always keep in mind is that if one of the 25s that hit the previous cycle, so it's 25 or 28, 29, will there be a chance it might jump to 25 again? So is it going to jump down, right? So that's something to keep in mind. It's just a thing I noticed. It worked once when I tried it. It didn't work the other times I tried it. So like 1 out of 4 times. Not really a big theory for me. And then I have here as a easy one, I call the IWAR rarely repeats the same drop combo within 2 to 3 cycles. So I talked about that in that little chart earlier showing like, how many ago this was, that was. So that is really this chart here. That is really a matter of getting, your mind focused on what could possibly drop. And if you know what's going to drop, what's not going to drop, weeding out everything you can. So I'm going to just clear the deck here. Make space. Because I'm going to fill these holes in real quick. So we'll do the bottom 5 first because I feel like being silly. So over here, let's blow this up a bit. All right, so here we go. So let's look at what our options are here. So we have pre-filled in both 45s, 67 and 85, and 90 at 11. Now, I'm going to play it super safe with my current crew. Actually, maybe I'll do what I said before about 90 being 44-point hold. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to put 90 here. And this is Barry Stevens, so he's the current champion. So you might say, that's suicide. It's insane. Don't do it. I'm going to say that, actually, no, I'll do this. I will say both, so 63 and 73. And that's done. Barry's back end is set. Now, there's a good chance that what happened. If I look down here, and what it typically does, not you. We see that 43s most commonly go 42, 45. So you could lose a championship very easily, but I'm going to swing the fences with Barry. Just going to swing for the fences. Why not? I could play it safe. He's doing well overall this year, but there's 3 cycles left in the year, and swing for the fences, go big. So the other 2, Monster Truck Tanaka and LePage Turner, neither of whom have a TV or league title shot. This is more just regional. maybe next time I'll start doing it where I have like whoever's my guys with league title shots, make it more worth watching. If you notice when the cycle plays out, if Barry Stevens is still the BBL championship, we know I was right. Ugh. We'll see. So looking at the bottom hold, so 73, 63. So if I look at that and I say, which of these two do I want to pick? 63 is real hot. 73's gotten real cold. I'm going to go 63. And remember I talked about falling in love with a hold. I'm going to try to, really focus on clamping down, picking the ones I really feel strong about and being loyal to them. So at 13, we want the 44s. I'm sorry, that was 44s. So that gives us our front two, 11 and 12. So for the 13th place hold, we want to try to pick a hold worth 44 points. It's going to be worth 44 points. So looking at the 40, the one's worth 42 points. So we see that 42s in the previous cycle both went to 41. So 65 hasn't been doing great for a long time. I'm going to avoid 65. And then the other coin is 83, which has been not great. So if I want to use 41s, I can. It's going to go up to 42 or 43, for sure. Will they go 41 again? It could. If I had to choose one, I would pick 83. So Tanaka gets 83. I'm going to say for 42s, because 42 just both got destroyed, like both went to 41, which is the worst you can do, I'm going to pick a 42. And the 42s to choose from are 66 or 62. I'm going to go 66. So that's my guess. Now, you might say to yourself, well, you're using like counter logic for each of these holds. Well, the idea is you're falling in love with one combo and then another, or one theory, then another. So I know our time's going short here, so I'm going to try to get this dunsies. So get that out of there. I can get out of there. That can come up. In case you're wondering, I use Excel spreadsheet. You can also use Sheets by Google, free doc, if you're not sure they're going to be stealing your information or whatever. No tinfoil hats here. Just fun. So no flips, just fists. So what I want to do is I want to see that I use up all the holds available. And so what I'm going to look at here is just look at what the combos available are. So Barry Stevens is a league champion. Now over here, just so you know, I give the weaker of the two holds the red line in bold to make it easier to see which ones I think theoretically will be worse of the two. Doesn't always work out. Sometimes it does. So we'll see. Let me pause real quick to make sure that everyone's still on the same page with us. Nope, no one's trying to get in. So that's good. I guess everyone figured out. It was funny. I put it to a vote this time. I said, do you want me to do the show Thursday night, Saturday night, or Sunday morning? And Thursday night won. And not a huge audience. But now I can post this on YouTube or on our page tomorrow or later tonight, depending. All right, so getting back into this, I want to kind of cover that base. So we're going to say that Barry Stevens is going to go what the hell? 12 and 46. Jesus. All right, let me get this shrunk a little bit. Trying to make this a little easier to read. I know, most people are like, this is impossible to read. It's like a bunch of numbers threw up. I know. It didn't start this way. So 29, 28, and it's 12, and it's 46. So there's Barry. So Barry's numbers won't include 12 or the 46. So I'm going to use the other holds. So I'm going to say 1. I'm going to say 59. I'm going to say 8. And I'll say 5. And I'll say 33. So Barry's done. So Barry's out of the way. So next up, I'm going to do LePage Turner. And LePage Turner, I'm going to go 12 and 59. LT. 1259. That is the 2927s. And again, I'm not using 26s. So you notice that earlier I talked about, you know, that theory about if they both drop in iron and steel with a number value, you don't use that value in the third one, or gold. So we're trying that. Live test fire here, folks. Live ammo. So same thing. I'm going to go through here and scoot around real quick. So let's say that 46. And I'm going to put the one where I put the, that's where that is. I'm going to put one down here. I'm going to say 8 is 5. We'll say 8. And we'll say 46. 46. All right. Nope, I did it right. I'm tired. 33. There we go. All right, so that's the second one. So now it's Tanaka left. So Tanaka's going to get a drop. Now, I'm going to avoid 26s this cycle. So I'm going to say I'm going to drop him in. I'm going to drop him in 8 and 12. I'm really leaning hard on 29 to drop here. You know what? I won't. I'll do the other thing. I'm gonna play it safe and do it and tell you guys to do. So here's MTT. So what I'm going to do is not play that same theory with Monster Truck Tanaka that 26 won't drop, and we're going to go 28-26 with him. Which for a while 28-26 was like the magic combo. I had that in the Von Schnapps for ages, and they did really well. So just saying, that was back then, and now they're bums. So 33-46. All right, so you notice now that 2 of my guys have the combo involving 12 and 2 of the ball involving 46. So spreading the love around, but not enough. So we'll see. So let's go through this quick. Let's give it 1. 8. I know. 10 and 10 minutes. I get it. 40-minute time limit. All right, so we're at almost time. So I got to bang this out quick. So let's get it done. 8. Oh my God. No. I'm not buying more time. So I'll buy it on my own time, bums. Jeez. 59. 5. And I'll do this 45, and then I'll do 5. Oh shit, I said it. 33. Sorry. Okay, so 33 is out for me. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get this done fast because goddamn Zoom's like you're over your time. Oh yeah, it's 12. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna save that. Now, I'll go back to that in a minute. I'm going to jump over here real quick. This is kind of give you an idea. There's the strats. You can pause this if you want, look at the numbers, see for yourself. I wanted to talk about tag team wrestling real quickly. I have 8 minutes left. I have a ticker going now. That's kind of nice. So what I've done over here is tag team basic flow. I'm using my tag team, the American Savages out of the IWL, Buddy and Hank. So this is a case where when we talk about flow, the idea for tag team or 6-mans is you want to get your maximum points out of a combo pairing, right? So if wrestler 1, Buddy, has 25 at 1, if I put 25 at 1 for Hank, we'd only have one chance to get that. If let's say we're assuming 25 goes 30 points, all right? Then we're only getting one chance to get those 30 points. If I spread it down and mirror them, and say mirror like 25 is across from 12, 12 is across from 25, the idea is that one of those 29 point value holds is going to go to 30, and that's going to give us a chance to hit 30 points, which is you want. You want, remember, for tag team, a 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 29, 29, 29, 29, 28, 28, 45, 45, 45, 45, 44. Okay, so that right there would be the, God damn it, stop it, a perfect point flow. So oftentimes you see teams at 15, 516, you're like, I hit 516, why am I not a champion? Somebody else at 516, and he may have hit a better combo than you, especially for the championships. That's another story. So over here, we have 28-point holds, 1 and 46, mirrored. 30-point holds, 31, 22, mirrored. Again, the theory being, if they have one of those holds worth the right point combo, you're going to hit. So I did down here 26 and 27s. This is for you. So if you're doing this right now and you're like, I'm going to do a tag team strategy, this is for you. You want to drop the 26s? You want to drop the 27s? Now, here's the deal. 26s dropped an iron, so it's not going to be 26s. You can do 27s. That'd be a safe bet if 27s drop. There are some players in the game who only play drops like this all the time. So when they hit, it rains. But when they don't, they ain't getting nothing. So down a little lower. So let's go to the bottom 5. So similarly, you're doing a cross version, right? So what we're going to do here is make it a little more difficult. So what I would do is say, okay, this is a simple one. If I think 90 and 73 are going to be the ones that hit, actually, I'll say 73 is ugly. I know it's 66. So I say this is going to be the drops. What you can do is 2 ways to do this. There's the easy way, which is to, pick, okay, I'm using 67, 85, the 45s. I'm using 90. That's in there. I'm going to go what I think the hold is going to go to 45 with a 66. So those are my holds where I think, that, that, I'm going to just underline it. If I think these holds are going to go to 45 points and I stack them right and I flow them right, then I'm going to hit it. Now, the holds that are worth, get down here and I yellow them, and you say, well, the back end, I'm assuming these are 45, so I'm going to roll the dice. Now, the idea is your 90s are going to be strong enough that if you have a crap hold in the 43 or whatever, or the 45s from before, you're going to be okay. So over here, you can pick whatever you want. Now, the harder way to play is to sacrifice. And what you do is this, is you go, okay, so 90 was 61. So I do 61, just as we did up top, we'd mirror, right? And then 66, 66, 63, right? I mean, sorry, 66 was the one I went. I meant 63. 63, and then 73. And just like the top 10, the bottom 10, bottom 5 here, one of them will hit 45. One will hit 40, one will hit, 40, whatever. The idea is you're going to stack it in a way that you're going to get 45 points, 45 points, 45 points, 45 points, and then your bottom will be 44. Now, for a 6-man, you want to have one of those crew have the right hold you think is going to be going to like 45 at the 15 spot. For now, this is just going to be how I show it. So I just want to do a quick basic tag team flow. We have like 4 minutes left. Let me check real quick. Let's see. Anyone in the chat have any questions? Nope. That's okay. So I just wanted to kind of give you a basic tag team idea. So you have, especially for the NWL folks, because I see a lot of tag teams come in there, and it's really easy to see if you're anywhere near decent with tag team strategy, you're going to dominate. And if you're not, it's going to be random pairings that win out of luck. And while that's kind of fun to be like, oh, my first tag team championship was the Teamster and Luther Alexander. Like, that was bizarre. They won it. It was fun, though. It's cool to know you have a great tag team that you're going to be doing well. So, let me see. Oh, I see a chat thing here. Oh, of course. Happy to do this again. These are kind of a working project. It's a thing where we all kind of, give it a go. And, hopefully somebody hits 501, won something big. I was really thinking last cycle, Adrian 26, Hades Royale, and Barry Stevens all hit 500s. And I thought, wow, that's really good. Somebody's going to win a Gold Fed or, Metro or something. Not a thing. One of the things in the game you really realize is when the players are maxing out and you have a lot of flooders just flooding the hell out of the game, unless you have a 501 perfect point flow, you're not winning shit. Not from that report anyways. And some players complain because when it gets really crowded, they're like getting blocked out of titles. And it's like, well, that's the game. Like, go play in a dead league. And the thing is, what happens is when the flooders really max out, even the dead leagues are crowded. But it doesn't really last that long. Usually it lasts like 3 months, and then someone gets either their credit card revoked or they run out of money or interest. Right now, we're in a point where the stable race is pretty close, so people are trying to lock them up, trying to finish strong. In the IWAR, as a general rule, right now we have some really good races for the Wrestle of the Year awards, the various leagues. Quick shout out to everyone who's voted so far. The annual achievement awards are going on. I'll talk more about this in our Tubecast, but we need your nominations. Your nominations make my job way easier. Because what I do is I collect all the nominations for people, go through, and then I set up each league's awards. And loading those up with information is a lot of work. So it's easier to have the players sign in. So before I go, I want to just thank everyone for watching. And I'm going to show you what my Halloween costume was this year, because I'm a huge nerd. And I can't see without my glasses. Oh, all right. So there it is. So there's my Halloween costume, where my nerd lucha. I know this will make Luke and Alex happy to see me do this, but thank you all once again. And it's warm. Anyways, special thanks to Scott Franklin for giving me this. It was a great little surprise in the mail. Anyways, I hope everyone has a good cycle. It's going to be fun. Lots to go on. And, don't double your holds. Check your numbers. Send in your trash talk. Email it to Kim. Get it in there before the deadline. And I will see you all next time. Tyler #1 shirt. You can only get a Tyler #1 shirt, I tell you. We actually flirted with the idea of opening an IWAR store. That's another project another time. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. I will catch you all later. And good luck Tuesday.